We are live. Welcome, Fred.
And yeah, good to see all of you. And I wanted to just kind of frame things up. Then we'll do our regular thing. This is a Roger. Good to see you. Welcome.
Good to see you, Fred.
And yeah, I'm going to ask you the same question everybody asks me. Have you really read all those books?
Most of them.
That's pretty good. I'm going to use that line because, define most, right?
Yeah, no, that's always interesting. Probably, 2/3. You can't see the top two shelves nor the bottom two shelves. So
I got my books. Let's see if I can get. Yeah, I got some books up there, and they're mostly decoration because anybody who knows me knows I don't read that well. I mean, I read really well. I just read at college level reading at the speed of a third grader. So Debbie, kudos to you, Debbie. You were awesome today.
Pardon me, Fred?
I'm sorry, different Debbie. Debbie Balmert. She's you may be on your phone and may not be able to see everybody. If you're on your phone, Debbie Tomlinson.
I am.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm on my computer. I can see everybody.
Oh, okay, very good. Yeah.
I just missed it.
That's my special kid, special child. I don't. It's an ADHD thing. I read a sentence, and by the time I get to the second sentence, I forgot what the first one was, so I have to go back and read again. Debbie Tomlinson, we're going to do Debbie T and Debbie B. That may not actually work that well either. But you're shaking your head like like you have an innate understanding of what I'm talking about. So that's interesting.
We're twins.
Debbie B, you were awesome on today's leaders call. Okay. That was a little bit different type of call than I anticipate a lot of them doing, but a very, very good call for lots of people. And I love your gym. We never get to see it in the daytime, right? So let me just frame this up real quick because we'll undoubtedly have a number of people listening to the replay. The reason I did that mass email was simply because I don't want to see anybody miss out. This is an extraordinary opportunity with Isogenics. 35 years I've been in the industry, fourth company now, and it's so rare that I never really thought I'd be there with a company that there's, you guys know there's probably a dozen, maybe one or two more companies that have hit $1 billion a year, but there's only a handful, maybe 5 or 6 companies that have achieved that $1 billion a year and continue to grow beyond that. A number of those companies that hit $1 billion a year are no longer in business. Zango is an example of one of those companies. They went to $1 billion a year, and then through lack of sophisticated management talent, they receded in volume to a point where they had to be acquired by Zija a few years ago. Okay, Isogenics has the ability to be one of those handful, and I literally mean a handful of companies that'll achieve $1 billion a year and then grow beyond that. And I'm talking Amway, Shackley, Mary Kay, New Skin, Herbalife. And here's what's really interesting. Everybody thinks the right time to be with a company is, once you get a stable company, a couple $100 million a year, grow with them to, 3, 4, 5, 600 million a year. The serious money, I mean, the really big money has been earned by people that hit a company before $1 billion a year, and then they stayed with them as they went into $1 billion a year, $2 billion a year. Herbalife last year, 40 billion. New Skin, another, I think they were 4 billion rather, not 40. So here's the point I'm trying to make. This is such a unique opportunity with this company that if you could imagine being in that top 1% of 1% of 1% opportunities, imagine how much greater your potential is than if you were in just the top 1% of a smaller company. It's a kind of thing where if you're in a rocket ship, even if you're at the back of the ship, you're going to be going a long ways. And so that's why I wanted everybody to take advantage. This is something I've been doing with a small group of people for some time. We call it the Monday group. That's very creative. Thank you. It's very creative, but it's for each one of you. if you decide you want to be part of what's going to happen with Isogenics, and it's going to happen, I would not be here if it wasn't. Okay, I guarantee you, when the time came that we heard the announcement that Zija was being acquired by Isogenics, I'd already decided I wasn't going to do another multi-level. I mean, I already knew that. I don't need to. I don't need the struggles that I mean, I'm doing well. Okay, and most my number one priority is taking care of mom, and these days it's a huge time undertaking to take care of mom. And the only reason, I was part of that top 20, I think it was, that was invited the next week to Arizona. And the only reason I went there wasn't for me to decide whether I was going to do it. I already decided I wasn't going to do it. I needed to find a place to lead the team, because I have a moral and fiduciary responsibility to each one of you that's part of my personal organization. And I wanted to make sure I could, in good consciousness, say, yes, this is where you all should go. And then I was just going to kind of fade away. And the more I saw, and the more I realized this was the real deal. And the final clincher, what made me say, yes, I'm all in, was a conversation I had with the owners. Jim Coover said, we decided to come out of, him and his wife decided to come out of retirement to create a company that could live up to the promise of network marketing. And that's what sold me, because that's the reason I got into Zija. I've been retired for a number of years. I wasn't going to do multi-level again. Love the concept. It's entrepreneurism in its most pure form. And the best part is, anybody, and I hate that term, the average person, because nobody succeeds at a high level as average. Okay, but anybody could become successful in multi-level. I just hadn't found a company that could fulfill on the promise of this opportunity. And when Jim said that, he spoke to my heart. I said, I'm in. So as sure as I'm 100% convinced, there's no question in my mind. As sure as I'm, sun rises in the east, sets in the west, and Jesus loves me. I know this is going to be the greatest opportunity any of us could have. So the Monday group represents a small group of people. I'm committed to working with them every Monday, 30 minutes. I shut off exactly at 6 p.m. Pacific, because that's when I have to relieve my gal. Modesta's my Monday gal. She's here watching mom right now. And so this is the time, it's really for you guys. Okay, I come in to offer some focus, some guidance, maybe some support, leveraging the fact that, if you take all the years, all of you have been in multi-level, it's probably equal to mine. Okay. Doesn't mean I'm special or I know anything, but after you've been around for a while, you've heard a lot, right? So that's kind of what I bring to the table. Chances are any obstacle, challenge, what have you, that you're experiencing is something that I can speak to and maybe offer, but the rest of the group also collaborates. And so it's that environment where we can be a group of people like-minded, not necessarily financially associated, but a place for you to connect, a place for you to be once a week, because we can't have local meetings, we can't have small groups. And even if we didn't have the COVID restrictions, a lot of you aren't in a place where there's an active group for you to be around. It's kind of like, it's really hard to stay warm if you can't get near the fire. That's why they don't have church just on Sunday morning, right? You got, a choir practice on Thursday, and you got Wednesday evening Bible studies, and, Tuesday evening, kids. I mean, they have it several days a week to keep you warm. And that's what this represents to you. So welcome. I'm glad you're participating. I got a couple things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to turn it over to you guys. This is day one of the Isogenics commission calendar. For those of you that are maybe not really on board yet, really focused on the Isogenics plan, they don't work on calendar months for commission purposes, for their leader in action points for the contest. They work on a commission month. There is a commission month calendar. I posted that in our little chat room. Kate's going to invite you here at the end. We'll take the last couple of minutes. We don't have a Facebook group because honestly, none of us really wanted to deal with a Facebook group. But for communication purposes, we have a Facebook Messenger group. Okay, and so you're going to want to be added to that. And that's a, and let me just kind of, for those of you who don't know, this is Kate Ridgely. Her better half, Brian, couldn't make it today. He's always with us like 99% of the time. Kate Ridgely took on the responsibility for creating this group. This is an outgrowth of something else that we had done earlier in the year for transition purposes. Barbie Stahl, you'll see her there. She's one of our previous diamonds with Zija, which is a long tenure with us, has done, many of you know her story. Robin Arnold has been real consistent, contributing to the group on a regular basis. But Kate is the one that's taken on the responsibility. You all need to recognize Kate because she does this for absolutely zero benefit for her. It's a contribution to all of you. And so I'll have Kate talk about that probably right when I drop off, and you guys can just stay on another minute or two and she'll invite you. That group is a place for us to communicate with each other and to share things. And so Kate, maybe you can, post that link that I did on the commission calendar. It was very hard to find on the Isagenix site, so I went ahead and just posted the copy I have. But you want to keep track of the Isagenix commission calendar. So, for instance, today is day one of the second commission calendar for 2021. And the commission calendar, as you can tell, is right in front of me, runs from January 25th through February 21st. Now that's an important time frame because everything for your bonuses and the extra, the extra goodies that come with the comp plan, their comp plan is interesting. They've got some basics that are part of the comp plan, and the rest of the comp plan is promotions. You don't find it in their comp plan document. And the reason for that is they want to be able to take the money that's available to pay out to distributors and distribute it in different ways at different times, depending on the flow of the company, the flow of the year, the need of distributors. And so they've got some incredibly lucrative bonuses that you can actually qualify easier for as a brand new person. So that's always been the hassle. Who gets all the big bonus monies? David Moses, Fred Holmes, Pat Anderson. Duh, of course we're going to get those big things, right? We got huge organizations. This is a way where the brand new person, through doing correct activities, can qualify for lots of bonus money. The Leader in Action worksheet, if you haven't downloaded that, you need to download that. Use one for each commission month. If there's a possibility, Kate, I hate to throw this all on you. I'll try and back you up if I can, maybe a little later tonight. For our new people, let's throw a link into this, okay? Most of these documents are found in the Isagenix back office. The only reason I did the calendar, commission calendars, I had such a hard time finding. Once I found it, I decided to post it for you. Our job here is not to do everything for you, but to guide you in the right direction. The Leader in Action worksheet is exactly, it defines exactly how you earn points. Those points will get you additional commissions as you move up the ranks. They just announced the trip for 2022 is to Cabo San Lucas, and they're reserving 110 spots for people with the highest number of points on the Leader in Action, which means you compete against, $1 million earners on an equal footing, because the things that you're required to get points, personal enrollments. Well, honestly, it'll be easier for a brand new person to enroll 1 or 2 or 3 customers than it is for somebody like me, because I don't get to spend all my time sharing the product. I got a large organization, right? Second thing you get points for is what your personally enrolled people enroll. So if you're helping your new person get their first 2, you get more points, which is, again, easier for a brand new person who's got 2 or 3 new people to help them. You're going to get more points. Oh, we got Amy McKenzie in the house. Good to see you, Amy. Okay.
Hi.
Then your personally enrolled rank advancements. This is something that, Pat and I have, Pat Anderson and I have been talking about. That's a little bit of a challenge. Why? Most of our people are pretty high ranked, our personally enrolled people, right? They're pretty high ranked. Brand new person, you get your new guy in, and help them get 2 customers, and they rank advanced to consultant. So point I'm making is that this leader in action worksheet, don't dismiss this. As a brand new person, you can be in the money in these bonus areas of the comp plan, frankly, easier than, big dog, right? So have at it, but this is a place where we can be working with you on a weekly basis, helping, helping you get through any challenges that you have. So I want to talk about the 30-day action plan. This is another document from the back office, Isagenix Business. This one I was able to find. I encourage you to download this document right away. If you don't have it already, get it tonight and fill it out, because it helps you start to envision where you're going to be at the end of the month. Okay, so example, I will share the Isagenix story X number of times a day for X number of days a week. Well, what is it? What's your goal? Okay, make it something reasonable and realistic. Robin and I have had this conversation. Robin has been around. She's one of, probably within the first year that that I was involved in Isagenix and Zija. I sponsored Pat Anderson about 6 months into my tenure in Zija, and then shortly thereafter, we sponsored Robin and her husband Bob. Actually, they used to be part of the team that worked Pat's ranch way back in the day. And so Robin's got a very large organization, but like a lot of people, her focus is building that lesser leg. Okay, so she's been able to just by being there develop a residual income, but with Isagenix is going to be able to make that income just blow up. Now, well, conversation I've had with Robin in the past in an open forum here in the Monday group is it's got, whatever the goals are, make them realistic and sustainable. This is really important. If you're taking notes, write it down. Realistic and sustainable. So let me give you an example for me, okay? Because I am very part-time. The amount of time that I have to devote to my my Isagenix business, not only is it relatively small number of hours, it has to have so much flexibility in it. So for instance, I don't block out time like from 8 to 9 or 10 to noon or 2 to 3 or whatever. I block out specific amounts of time, might be 30 minutes, might be 60 minutes, but it has to be sliding in the daily calendar based upon what's happening with mom at that moment. I see Barbie Stahl, who just got her mom moved home, goes, I get that. I get that, because you just never know what mom's schedule is. But I still block out the time and I commit to doing certain activities during the time. It just might happen to be between, 11 and noon, as opposed to, 9:30 to 10:30 when I really wanted to do it. It's just based upon what's going on here. So example, what I've got here is I will share the Isagenix story 3 times a day for 6 days. Now, am I going to talk to more than 3 people in a given day? I could, but I'm going to make sure that it's at least 3 people a day. Okay. The reason I do 6 days a week, I'm not opposed to making a phone call or following up with somebody on a Sunday. That's not that, that's not one of those things. For somebody else, it might be a big issue. No work on Sunday. I get it. So do that. The reason I do it for 6 days a week is I don't have any support people here on Sunday. Sunday is just me and mom. And honestly, with all the stuff that the 2 gals, I have a gal that comes in 4 days a week, another gal comes in 2 days a week. The amount of work that they do, I see it on Sunday because I'm the one that has to do all that extra work. So I get it, right? But, I will enroll. Okay, so you're talking about 18 presentations a week. Now, out of those 18 presentations a week, what I put down on my my 30-day action plan was 5 enrollments per month. Now, what happens if I go past that? Yay! Why did I pick 5? Because 5 is a realistic number. I mean, honestly, 5 enrollments, if you figure you're doing, 70 contacts a month, 3 a day times 6 days a week, that's incredibly realistic. Now, if you're not getting 5 enrollments, and here I'm not talking about bringing in people with big packages, a customer, somebody gets on the value pack. whatever, the basic pack. As long as it's 100 BV, that's all that counts. Now, if you're not getting those 5 enrollments based upon, 3 contacts a day, 6 days a week, then you need to be bringing those issues to us, because you're doing something wrong. All right, you're doing something wrong. The numbers tell you you have to be able to do that. The 5 enrollments put you into the team builders club at the high level, at the professional level, and they send you like a couple $100 worth of products that you probably wouldn't have tried anyway. Okay, that's why it's there. I like free. I dig free. So anyway, the 30-day action plan, folks. You can also go to newyearkickoff.com. That's the website where you will get the replays through February 8th of the entire presentation that happened there in early January. In the breakout sessions, there's a young couple that talks about using the 30-day action plan. They did a really good presentation. Okay, and I encourage you to watch that. I think it was 43 minutes or something like that. It'll be worth your while to do that. But between using the leaders in action worksheet and the 30-day game plan or action plan, it will set you up to where you will know what you need to do. There's always this one last thing, and I made a note about it in my notes for today. Income producing activities. It's important that you recognize, if you're going to do this, do it like a real business. Okay, understand that if you say I'm going to work 30 minutes during this time frame, that has to be 30 minutes worth of income producing activities. And it's real simple. Unless what you're doing specifically falls into one of these 3 categories, you're fooling yourself. It is not income producing. Okay, I don't care how good you think it is to set up your Facebook page, your lead generation, posting, pictures on the, this is how what I look like with collagen in my body and coming out my ears, whatever. That's not income producing. Did you share the product? That's the first income producing area. Sharing the product, sharing the opportunity, and teaching somebody else to do the same. So 3, for me, I told you 3 times I'm sharing the Isagenix story a day, and I'm doing that 6 days a week. Those 3 times, might be 3 customers a day, potential customers. Might be 2 customers and somebody I'm going to talk to about the business. My natural way of approaching this is I always talk about the business and then using the product as a fallback. That's just me. I'm comfortable talking about the business. It may take you some time to talk about the business, especially if you don't personally have results. However, that's what keeps you from getting results. You need to leverage the team members that you'll be working with here, the stories on Isagenix. It's one of the reasons why I have not been active in social media doing presentations and sort of thing, because Isagenix does so much of that for us. But are you sharing the product? Is your activity sharing the income opportunity? Or is your activity taking your new person, your new guy, not being sexist? I guess I got to be a little more woke now. We got a Democratic administration. Sharing with the new person. Barbie's going, you're not going to go there, are you, Fred? No. Sharing, teaching your new person how to do it. Okay, helping them get their first 2 customers. That's exactly the activities you're going to create income. Do not get distracted by all the other things that you could be doing that have the appearance of productivity, but they're not actually creating today income. So I went a little bit farther than I wanted to. I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to open this up. Is there anything anybody has right now they'd like to bring up that maybe I can personally help with at the moment? Make sure you unmute yourself if you want to speak.
Well, I'll go first, Fred. I don't really have a question, but I was really energized last night listening to David and his synchronicities live. And I started digging in. I actually just started talking to people. It was like the heavens opened up, and the opportunities were being shown to me. What's my in? How do I introduce a product? And before, it was blocked. I was stuck. So that was actually huge for me. And I created my daily method of operation. I printed out the leader in action form, and I was ready to go today. I didn't get everything done, but I did get my top priorities completed, and so I'm pleased with that.
Excellent. Would you do me a favor and repost the Sunday planning system?
Sure.
Because let's give everybody a chance. That the new people, we want you to be part of this Facebook Messenger group, because that's our way of communicating, and and keep it to business stuff. Don't be posting pictures of your grandbabies and stuff, because it dings everybody's phone every time there's a message there, right? But the Saturday planning session, it's a Darren Hardy thing. It's a simple way to set up your week. And then many of you heard me talk about, the daily method of operation. Set it up the night before. Identify those 5 or 6 things that need to be done during the day that will materially impact your business. One of them is personal development. Okay. And that's part of the deal. You got to grow. And so then schedule that the night before. That way, when you wake up in the morning, you know what you're going to do. For some of you, it's going to be, I got to be at work at 8. Okay. But you're making your first phone call at 7:30 on the way to work or whatever, right? Anything else from anybody? I'm going to turn it over to Kate here in just a moment.
I just wanted her to clarify the thing that you watched with David. Was that on his? I haven't been getting notifications or emails or anything. Where was that posted, or where do we find that?
He did a Facebook Live on his own page.
Ah.
And if you go into it, I think there's an opportunity that it asks you if you want to turn on notifications, because sometimes they might have inadvertently gotten turned off. I know, or you've unfollowed people that you thought you were following, things like that.
So on David's Facebook page is where it says.
I'll put a link in the messenger group, since I'm putting everything else out there. What's one more?
I got to catch up. I've had anyway. All
That's
right.
Okay. Well,
I have a question. I have one
Okay.
quick question. What is the name of the group, of the under 30 group in Isogenics? I have some younger referrals.
Oh, it's
Start.
Start.
Thank you.
There's a link. Yeah, and good for you. Listen, we have to understand, no matter how well we relate to somebody else, third-party validation works for everything. We understand it in terms of, you're brand new, you don't have a big paycheck, you want to bring in me. Okay, you're going to go after a big gun, bring in me. Okay, because I'll talk their language. And ain't nobody's, ain't nobody going to say this don't work, because I'm semi-retired at home taking care of mom. I still bury him in income, right? That's what third-party validation. Third-party validation works for everything, including the credibility that the person that you're talking to needs to hear. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, and I mean, just look at the screen, most of our organization, shall I say, is relatively mature.
Thank you.
Oh, Barbie.
I just had number 68, so thank you.
And looking damn good, sweetie. I mean, let's be realistic here, okay?
Must be
but
that
it's like,
collagen elixir.
it's like anything else. If I'm going to be recruiting somebody, I want to introduce them to somebody that can give them a vision that is similar to them. Okay, so I want to, if I'm working with a woman, I want to introduce them to Barbie. Okay, if I'm working with a guy that's got, from a professional background, I want to introduce them to somebody that's in the professions, just like they want to introduce them to me if they're blue collar. Okay, same thing. If you're working with a younger person, I don't care how good you relate to them, you need to be able to plug them into something else. There is a link to the Start group on the Isogenics business page. Okay, I'm coming up to the end of my time. I expect my support people to be on time, so they need to expect to be able to leave on time. So I'm going to leave now. I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn it over to Kate. Kate's going to give you information on how to plug into that Facebook Messenger group. So that's our way of communicating. She's also going to give you the link to the Monday group YouTube channel. Okay, Kate and Brian created a YouTube channel. So these are always recorded and then they're posted there. We encourage you to be here because part of it is be part of the group. That's why we want to be together, because every one of us, including me, needs to be part of a team. It's very difficult to feel like you're part of the team if you're watching the replay 2 days later. And we also know never happens. You never watch the replay. Okay, very rarely. But she'll give you that in case you absolutely have to miss one. You can get in there and get the replay. And then for all the new people, everybody else in the Monday group, including the ones that aren't here tonight, they know they can reach out to me directly. Okay, Roger, Debbie, let's see, Hans. I see Diana Barnes is with us. Good to see you, Diana.
Oh,
Joyce
yay.
is there. Reach out to me. Okay, I have apps. I will always find time to return the call. If you got my email, home phone and cell phone are there. Text me on the cell phone, call me on the home phone. If I can be of support, I want to do that because I want this organization, the Monday group, to be successful. I want it to be an environment where all of you feel like you belong, that you have a community that you can be part of, where you can share your success. And when you have the challenges, you've got sympathetic, understanding people who want to support you with that. And so I got 6 o'clock on the money. Kate, thank you so much. Good to see everybody. I look forward to being back with you on Monday and talking with you between now and then if we need to. Give my best to Brian. Kate did a great job today, Kate, making sure everybody got brought in.
Yeah, except I was a little late for Amy. Sorry about that. But
All right,
anyway,
I'm
thank
out of here, you
Brad.
guys. Have a great rest of your week.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Fred.
And
All right.
yeah, and for the rest of you, if we're already connected on Facebook, I know like Joyce and I are connected. I can add you to the Monday group. But if we're not yet connected, please write down the spelling of my name and find me and connect with me on Facebook. It's Kayt, Kate Ridgley, Ridgley, and we'll get you added to that group, and I'll put the other things in there, and feel free to reach out to anybody in the group if you're looking for a three-way or a connection call, either in conversation, on the phone, Zoom, or even in chat. Whatever is best for your prospect, we're here to help. And anybody else have anything else to add?
Great
Do we have
job,
an-
Kate.
I was
Just
gonna
want to
say, do
say,
we
great
have an
job.
updated list of who's in the group and the phone numbers? Because I know it's larger than it was originally.
I do not. Some people are still in the group that really haven't participated in a while,
Okay,
and others have left.
okay.
But you and I are connected. I think, Robin, we're connected. So if there's Amy, she's connected with most of us, but she's super busy. So sometimes she's not always available in the chat, but she would probably be available with a scheduled time. And
Absolutely. I'm always watching the chat. So if someone needs me, you can also just say, something there.
yeah.
Hi, Debbie.
So
Yeah. More than happy to help. I am. Hey guys, this is so fun.
yeah.
I miss you guys.
Um,
I am busy, but
Everybody.
yeah,
So great.
I know. But I'm always going to make time for you guys. So please don't hesitate. I'm never too busy this is like family. So
Mhm.
don't hesitate. I mean, you guys, you must all have my number, but here, I'm going to put it in here just in case you don't. I think you all do, but I
Okay.
haven't changed it in forever. So it's still the same old number. Comes up Port Towns, Washington. I haven't lived there in years. All right. Yeah. And I wish I could attend a little more often. Pretty soon things will level out, I think, in about a month or so. But just know I'm still here in spirit and in flesh if you need me.
Thank you so much, Amy, and thank you, everyone. If we are, I think we're done unless anyone has any further questions. Feel free to reach out to me personally as well. My number's right on my Facebook page. I'm pretty accessible. So, this will be uploaded either late tonight or tomorrow. Brian was actually working tonight, so he doesn't normally work on Mondays, and he's my YouTube guru. So I'll let him handle the upload.
Thank
Sounds
you.
great.
All right,
Good
everyone.
night, everybody.
Have a
Great
good
to
night.
see everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
You look
Hi,
beautiful.
Joyce.
Hi. Thank you.
Hi, Joyce.
Good
All right,
night,
bye,
everyone.
guys.
Thanks,